electrical systems, flat screens and laptops, even pools and spas, and so much more. Call American Residential Warranty Station in our communities.
And Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist Austin Chaney and our team of Storm Center 7 meteorologists looks at what's behind the rise in tornadoes here in the Miami Valley.
And what you need to know to keep your family safe.
The Miami Valley has been hit hard with severe weather this season. 8 confirmed tornadoes locally, with 35 across the state. And Storm Center 7 has been with you through it all.
Well, we now have a confirmed tornado. Weather Service radar, we're seeing it right now on our debris tracker.
All of us highlighted in red here. We need to make sure we're in our safe spot.
Basement, if you have one, interior room, lowest level.
That can be replaced. Fortunately, the lives in this facility here were lost.
So the big question is, what in the world is going on?
Looking over both events, February 28th and March 14th, the science says there wasn't anything out of the ordinary when it came down to the severe weather. It's just simply all the right ingredients came together twice. We had wind shear, we had lift, and we had instability when it came down to the two events. What was out of the ordinary was the time of year the events happened and the frequency of the tornadoes. Typically this time of year, we should have only had 4 tornadoes in the state of Ohio. Thus far, for 2024, we've had 35.
So the ingredients aren't changing, but the numbers don't lie. The number of tornadoes is increasing. According to our colleagues at Climate Central, the number of tornado-favorable days in our part of the country is going up. And that means that the wind shear and the instability is happening across our area more frequently. Going over the last 8 years, only 1 year has featured below normal tornado touchdowns, and that was way back in 2016. Look at just the last 5 years, keeping in mind that 21 is our normal annual tornado count. In 2023, we had 56 tornado touchdowns, 33 in 2022 and 2021, and everybody remembers 2019, we had 58 tornado touchdowns that year.
People will undoubtedly ask if this is a result of climate change. The answer to that question is tough because we cannot tie any specific event to climate change. What we do know is that tornadoes, they like warm and moist air. We're seeing some changes here, even at the Dayton International Airport. In fact, when we analyzed the months of March through May since 1950, in terms of breaking it down by decade, our temperature is increasing at a rate of 0.4 degrees every 10 years. And our dew point, that's increasing as well, at a rate of 0.2 degrees every 10 years. Factoring these two increases over a period of several decades here in the Miami Valley does equate to an environment that is slightly more favorable for tornadoes.
With the number of tornadoes increasing and the uncertainty of what climate change may bring, one thing you can be sure of is that Storm Center 7 will be here to help keep you safe with weather coverage you can count on. I think my favorite thing that I learned when I was going through all that was some of the data that Climate Central had put together. Montgomery County is seeing, over the last, say, 30 years, 1 or 2 more tornado-favorable days per year, which doesn't sound like much, but because these storms come in bunches, that could really lead to a significant uptick in those tornado counts.
Wow.
And again, those of us who are living in the community, always a concern. It's amazing how much more weather aware people have become over the last several years.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when it comes to tornadoes.
Yeah, and luckily the technology is better. We have so many ways to get the warnings out. I mean, your cell phone should wake you up in the middle of the night. Of course, we'll do our job, weather radios. I mean, hopefully tornadoes don't catch anybody off guard here in the modern era.
You betcha. Looking at Doppler 7 radar tonight, lots of different colors on the radar, but thankfully not severe when it comes to tornadoes.
Live Doppler 7 radar is lit up like a Christmas tree this evening. Widespread heavy rainfall is starting to move on in. And look how slowly this cold front has been moving. If you were watching News Center 7 at 5 and 6, I was tracking this line of heavy rain, but it was out towards Indianapolis. Now it's on top of us. So that's the only progress it's made in the last 5 hours. But it's here now, and it's heavy where it's falling. We're zooming into Miami County. Troy, it is just pouring up there right now, knocking on the door there in Piqua as well. A couple cloud-to-ground lightning strikes just west of Troy, so there are some thunderstorms embedded within this rain. And nobody is going to miss out on it tonight. Widespread heavy rain through northern parts of Darke County, much of Mercer County. We slide on down into Butler and Preble counties, and we were catching a break, but now heavy rainfall, maybe even some pea-sized hail, just about to get into Camden, where we have that pink showing up on the map. So certainly some heavy precipitation tonight. Good news, as we broaden out the view, no watches, no warnings. This should be a pretty tame weather system as it moves on through with heavy rain just being the main factor tonight. Let's take you live right now into Piqua. Certainly less than ideal driving conditions out there tonight. Not only is it dark, but I mean, that rain is just heavy. Be careful driving late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Tonight's forecast, showers and thunderstorms, very mild overnight, only a low temperature of 61 degrees. And I do think a few of these showers still could be around during morning commute time tomorrow. So be sure to check in with meteorologist Brittany Ritz as she's tracking the rain. And of course, Jake Magnotta is going to let us know where we have those road problems. Into tomorrow afternoon, driving home, we are in much better shape. And you can roll the windows down with temperatures in the lower 70s by then. Here's the latest on Futurecast. The rain, it's not going anywhere tonight. You see, it'll come down heavy in spots right into the early morning hours of your Tuesday. I do think the later we get into tonight, the lower the true thunderstorm chances will be. But, of course, we have the rain. Here we are, 6:30 in the morning. Cloudy skies, still a few lingering showers. But then an improving trend in the forecast. Tomorrow afternoon, the clouds start to get out of here. And there's not a significant push of cool air behind the system. So high temperatures tomorrow still top out there in the lower 70s. Highs today were near 80 degrees. And again, the warmth isn't going anywhere. Look at our forecast right on through the end of the week. All this warm air is just going to be hanging around. If you're thinking about planting, I think we're getting close to being able to do that with no frost or freeze concerns right on through the 7-day forecast. Here is that Storm Center's 7-day forecast. Chance of a shower early tomorrow. More sunshine late. High of 74. Wednesday and Thursday look great. And quite warm for this time of year, low to mid 80s. We'll start to track showers and thunderstorms again beginning on Friday, but none of those days, Friday through Monday, look to bring washout conditions. And again, we stay warm. Temperature by next Monday still around 80 degrees.
He's only a teenager, but he'll spend over 3 decades in prison for murder. We found out why he killed 4 people.
And more than $1 billion sounds really good to lots of people. And this guy just took home one of the largest Powerball jackpots ever.
I didn't win it. But I didn't think I gonna win this big.
Oh, he won big, all right. New perspective on his life now that he's about $500 million richer.